Hello, everyone. This is Duran's Healing, and welcome to tonight's Healing Circle. For those of you who are new here, welcome to my channel, where I provide weekly energetic updates for the collective. And if at any point this message resonates with you, please be sure to like, subscribe, or comment below to let me know how this message is showing up in your world. With that being said, let's get right into the messages. And the message that's speaking the loudest, it has to do with this. It seems to be a constant change that you're undergoing. An issue or problem that you're working your way through. This often happens when you have spent your energy being a transformer, changing dynamics and situations that are closest to you in order to restore them back to its root or to its origin, frequency. Because there's something that's speaking up or coming up about your devotion to change, devotion to keeping this frequency alive and not allowing it to deter you from where you're headed. Because there's something in your wisdom, there's something in your insight that allows you to cut through all the riddles and manipulations and all these different tactics that may come up or arise in order to cut past the BS, in order to get to the root of the problem. You understand that this is the way in which you do things. This is your makeup. This has a tendency to ruffle feathers, create a little bit of dysfunction in people who operate in illusions or systems that are in place that run off of keeping people asleep and allowing certain narratives to continue for their own benefit. But you are that one can see through the fog of it all. And not only that, you don't sit and allow things like that to be in your presence or be around you. You stand in truth. And this is something that you will not compromise. You won't compromise this part of yourself. But you have to understand the intensity, and when you say what you say, rattles the bones, rattles the core of people. You could have positive responses, and more likely than not, you will have negative ones, whether it be from the opposite person or yourself. Meaning that the opponent or the system that you're coming up against in the face of their illusion, they could thank you for your insight. They could be appreciative of the fact that you're calling out a blind side that they don't see, and value you and value your input, and know that it's not coming from a place of dishonor, a place of ego, a place of lack. It's coming from the purity of your spirit, and you mean good and you mean well, but the truth must be spoken. And the other response is not quite as welcoming. People or things may want to keep these illusions and systems running as they see fit. And you may be a beneficiary or maybe a vital source of that system running. They would either tell you that what you're seeing isn't what you're seeing, i.e. gaslighting. Or say things that they think you want to hear in order for you to remain where you are. And counter to that, the other response is simply disconnecting from you, creating whatever narratives they may see fit in order to call you every name in the book other than the truth teller. But you must understand that your creativity lies in the way that you deliver your message, how you do it, and the way that you do it. It's because you have access to the frequency of this paradigm, connecting you to a very pure source that the very planet is radiating on. This is no small task. This is not easy to maintain. However, what I can see here, whatever issue that you're facing or whatever has presented itself, it's causing change within you. It's causing you to transform yourself. After this type of release or expression, it's hard to go back to the norm of things, especially when certain boundaries have been crossed, especially when certain systems have been violated. And I can see the depth of this is here. These type of systems have been crossed for you, causing change to be present at this very moment, causing you to look at things differently, people differently. You're probably redefining your energy, relationships, and dynamics to recalibrate yourself. Because the truth of the matter here is that change is inevitable. Change is one thing that is constant in this lifetime. You know this. You're not absent of this knowledge. But it doesn't make the process any less easier. Getting rid of things that are no longer serving you, coming face to face with harsh realities and truth. But if I could offer something, a piece of knowledge or a piece of wisdom is that allow yourself to surrender. Surrender in the fact that this is something for good. This change is for your overall good. You may not know what's on the other side of it, but you can't stay where you are. This will lead you, once you surrender, to a greater sense of home, a greater sense of cohesion with yourself. Your mind will still go through a processing faculty or processing measure. However, you will find your landing place. But there's something that's stopping you from staying in this flow, because the obstacle stone is right next to the earth stone, which I was just speaking about, identity, finding your home. And next to it is the obstacle, preventing you from staying in this flow. And what I will do at this particular time, I will pull some cards to gain some clarity on what's stopping this flow. What's stopping you from moving along with things, getting down the road and collecting your blessings. Give me 1 second. Okay. Okay. The cards that came out were mind games, starting from scratch, and deep love bond. Ouch. Ouch. Oh, you're heartbroken. This is not easy for you. The change that you're experiencing may have came from someone or something that you had a deep connection with, a deep relationship with, a pure love for. But somehow, whether this could be a work situation, right? Like a deep love for the type of work that you have. This could be in a platonic or friendship dynamic where you had a deep love for a friend of yours, very dear to your heart. And this could show up romantically in the same way. But somehow, no matter what category that you fall into, mind games were being played here on you. Mind games were being played, forcing you or placing you in a state of confusion, causing you to question yourself, question the validity of the bond that you had. But your eyes did not deceive you. What you felt called their bluff. Call it out the way it was. You cannot. How could you not? You're a truth teller. No matter who is coming from, you felt it. You felt the games being played. And now you're having to start all over from scratch. Jesus Christ, that's painful. You have to start over. You can't go back. You cannot go back. And you may be ruminating on if you made the right decision or not. Or are you the one throwing things away? Are you making the right decisions because you may have invested time, energy, your love, your loyalty, the purity and the fullness of yourself may have been invested in it. And now you're at the phase of having to start over. The reality is setting in that this is your new reality. And you don't know what's on the other side. And you may be having these questions come up. But what I can say to you, this is what's holding you back. This is what's stopping the flow. Because what's on the other side of this obstacle is your platform of power. What happened needed to happen. Is water under the bridge. I'm not saying that you can get over this overnight. But what I'm saying is time for you to accept that you are moving on. And this dynamic is no longer continuing in this way again. I can't speak to the future tense. It may have the ability for reconciliation and reconnection down the road. But at this juncture, it's not your business to focus on. What you need to do is accept and surrender to the fact that what happened needed to happen for your own good. Because your power is here. Putting you in a state of flow that you've been longing for. You have to get rid of the baggage. And I know you may not want to see it that way. Allow yourself to envision whatever that you've always envisioned to finally be able to manifest, because the power stone and the water symbol are together. And the two being together lets me know whatever the desires of your heart, it has the capacity and ability to come forth now. But it requires your mental energy, your spiritual energy to focus on what's important at this time. Bringing in things for you in real time. Wow, very powerful message. Oh my goodness. Whew, that was heavy. I'm not sure who I picked up on, but wow. That was a very powerful message. And at this point, I will attempt to shift the energy. And thank you all for being present at this healing circle and sharing your energy. And if at any point this message has resonated with you, please be sure to like, subscribe, or comment below to let me know how this message, or if this message is showing up in your world. With that being said, I'm going to pull some cards to see what other message the higher energy would like for me to share with you all at this particular time. Okay, give me 1 second. The cards that came out were longing to be loved, sadness, and into the soul. What I'm picking up on with this message is that you have gone through a lot. You have seen a lot of challenges, a lot of darkness, a lot of things that you haven't even been able to convey to people. You've been through. And this has created a quiet sadness within your spirit. A wound, rather, that forced you to craving to be loved, craving to be accepted, craving to be given the right and the proper access to a love that you truly desire and yearn for. But even though you've been through a lot of dark periods, what I'm picking up on is that I can hear your spiritual guides or your spiritual team say that you haven't lost your soul. Even in all that you've been through, you didn't lose your soul. And that's what's keeping you going. And it will align you where you need to be. But you have to keep moving. And you have to trust that you've gone through this for a reason. You've gone through things to empower and equip you for the very thing that you yearn for. But you must keep going. You must keep pushing, because you're getting close. Your soul knows it and your soul feels it. But you can't cower now. Don't cave now. You've came too far to turn around. Period. And with that being said, you guys, I'm going to close out tonight's healing circle. Thank you all for joining me and offering your energy by liking, subscribing, and commenting. I'm truly grateful that you all have been present during the healing circle, offering your healing energy for me to pick up on. Thank you for joining tonight's healing circle, and I will see you at the next one.